guys, welcome to my English channel. Today we're gonna talk about foundation. You guys know that skin is so important to me. It's like number one in makeup. Skin has to look good either way, if you're going with a heavy eye makeup or not. Skin always has to be perfect. And choosing a right foundation color can be tricky a lot of times. So today I'm gonna give you tips and tricks on how to get your perfect foundation shade. So the first thing you should know before choosing your foundation color is to know your undertone. So a lot of people ask, how am I gonna figure it out what my undertone is? I'm gonna give you quick and easy tips that you can figure it out what your undertone is. So there is cold undertones, warm undertones, and neutral undertones. I am a neutral undertone. Sometimes I go for like the mix of yellowish and rosy. But one of the ways to figure it out your undertone is with jewelry. We all love jewelry, so it's easy, right? So in gold, if you feel like your skin tone looks more vibrant and beautiful in gold jewelry, that means you're probably a warm undertone. If your skin looks better and like stands out more in silver jewelry, then you're probably a cold undertone. And if it looks the same on both, you're probably neutral. So there is one way, but if you don't like jewelry and you want to figure it out another way or just test out another way, you can test it out with your veins. These veins here that you can see clearly that I have them, everyone has them. If they are greenish, you're probably a warm undertone, and if they're purplish, bluish, you're a cold undertone. And if they're in the middle, you're probably neutral, okay? So and if you feel like these two things doesn't work for you, you're not sure, go to a Sephora or Mac store. At the Mac store, they're great at telling you, figuring out your undertone. So it makes it so much easier, okay? So after you know your undertone, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to choose your foundation color. Because brands today, they do have, you know, the warmer tones, the colder tones, and the neutrals. Most of brands have that. So if you know your undertone, you're gonna go to the section of your tone, which is warm or cold or neutral. So the first rule, don't ever test your foundation on your hand, ever. Because usually, your hand is usually different than your face, and it's usually darker than your whole body as well, because it's more exposed to the sun most of the time. In my case, my face is a lot lighter than my whole body because I don't expose my face to the sun. So the best place to test out your foundation is on your neck. A lot of people like to test out on your face, but I think the neck is the best because the neck is in between your face and your shoulder. So it's gonna match. You know, it's horrible when you have a line here that it's either lighter or darker than your neck, because like your neck is where you're gonna notice it more if your shade is wrong. So always try to match it. If you go to the store, you're trying out the foundation, try it on your neck. And you're probably gonna get your perfect shade. Another thing, don't trust the store lighting. It's different. You know, some lightings are warm, some are cold, some are brighter or darker. So go outside, even like if you take 10 minutes, go outside, take a little mirror, look at it if it's right. I think you should definitely take that time to go to a natural light and look at your shade if it looks good. Another thing that's great, and I usually do it a lot of times, is test it at the store, the foundation, and I take a little sample of it and I just go home. Don't be shy of, you know, you're testing it out and saying, oh, I'm not gonna buy it now. Don't be shy, it's okay. And you know, if you just buy it because you're shy of saying, oh, I'm not gonna buy it now, you're probably gonna come back and have to exchange it. So it's totally okay, and the sellers, you know, they know it's okay to do that, and they appreciate that you're gonna test it out, go home, look at it in your mirror at home, look at it the natural light like I said before, and make sure that that is your right color. Another thing that helps a lot is searching on the internet before you go out and buy it, or even if you like to buy your stuff online. That makes it a lot harder, and I only recommend buying foundation online if you already have your perfect shade. Then you can like compare that shade with another brand, which today online, you can definitely find, like, I'm a Dior 031 and I'm trying to buy MAC, so I search Dior 031 shade compared to MAC. So you're probably gonna find somewhere a shade that matches perfectly your Dior foundation, in my case. If you don't have your perfect shade yet, do not buy online. It's very tricky, you don't see the colors right, and you don't get to test it out. But it is very helpful to search online pictures, swatches, and so you can have an idea of even like finishes for your skin. If you have oily skin or dry skin, definitely searching online helps you out a lot to have an idea of what kind of foundation and what brand you should look for when you go to the store. Now, last thing I want to talk about is, what if you bought the wrong color, which happens to a lot of people. And when you buy the wrong color and you just don't want to waste it. Foundations cost money and you don't want to throw it out. And if you can't exchange it, you have to do something with it. So if you buy a color that's darker than your skin tone, what's going to help you out is mixing it with a moisturizer. So you pump the foundation with a little pump of moisturizer, and I'll recommend that the moisturizer is white, or you can mix it with a SPF as well, that's usually white. So you mix a little bit, that makes the foundation shade lighter, and it will make it more lightweight. So you can try that out if you have a darker foundation. And now, if you bought a foundation that's way lighter than your skin tone, what's gonna help you out? Two things. You can either apply the foundation and then apply bronzer all over your skin with a bigger brush so it doesn't look too heavy. So it's automatically gonna make your face more bronzed, and it's gonna, I do that a lot sometimes because like I have a winter foundation that I want to use during summer. I apply it and I apply bronzer on top and it looks great. And another thing that you can do is apply bronzed highlighter which is more liquid, with your foundation, mix it together. It's gonna make the foundation more glowy, which is beautiful, and it's gonna add some color to it. And one other thing you can do is mixing two foundations. I always do that. It's like science, you know, you're mixing, like I said, like winter, you're so light, and then summer, you're darker. So I love mixing colors and foundations to get the right shade. So that helps a lot too. So that's it, guys. These were my tips and tricks to help you get your perfect foundation shade. I really hope you liked it. And before we go, I want to teach you a Portuguese word. So today I'm going to teach you how to say warm and cool, since we're talking about cool and warm undertones. So in Portuguese, you say quente for warm and frio for cold. So repeat with me, quente and frio. Easy, right? I really hope you liked the video. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Stay beautiful. Mwah. Bye.